When a small business started in the front room of a home in Kimberly, Wisconsin in 1951, no one would have imagined it would grow into the business it has become today. But with calculated risks, a solid work ethic, and a strong brotherly bond, Art, Ray, and Bill Schmidt grew that one-room office into a leading distributor of products vehicles consume, known today as U.S. Venture, headquartered in Appleton, Wisconsin. Even before Art and his wife Gladys started taking phone calls and managing delivery schedules out of the family home, the Schmidt brothers had been introduced to the petroleum industry by their father Albert. In the 1920s, Albert found work delivering heating oil to homes and farms in the Fox River Valley and would eventually become partner in a local oil company and part owner in a handful of gas stations. In 1951, following in his father's footsteps, Art bought a fuel oil route and turned his family home into the company's first office. A few years later, Ray left the oil route company he was driving for, and the two brothers joined together to start Schmidt Brothers Oil. Soon thereafter, Albert joined the boys, and they purchased land and combined lots to build a corporate office, the company's first service and gas stations, as well as bulk tanks to store oil. A few years into Schmidt Brothers Oil, Art and Ray took a risk and purchased the inventory of Cooper tires. With no plan and no place to store them, they kept the tires in friends and family members' garages. It was this risk that helped them create their tires and parts division, known today as U.S. Auto Force. Led by Ray, they built their first warehouse and began distribution. 20 warehouses in 17 states later, this division is now one of the largest independent tire distributors in the United States. In 1959, after purchasing a handful of smaller oil companies in the area, the brothers incorporated in the state of Wisconsin as Schmidt Oil Company. Bill, who was still in high school, got his start in the family business by delivering fuel part-time. He joined the business full-time in 1961 after serving a year in the National Guard, and went on to start an additional brand of the company called U.S. Petroleum Equipment and manage U.S. Lubricants and the truck garage. The 60s, 70s, and 80s allowed the brothers' entrepreneurial spirits to shine as they took on new businesses. Together, with a number of dedicated employees, they grew the Schmidt Oil Company steadily and successfully into a diversified, independent oil company. The company experienced immense growth in the early 80s and 90s as it began to do business with large brands like Phillips, BP, Mobil, and Exxon. Today, the U.S. Oil Division owns and operates 21 terminals between the Midwest and Texas. With a thriving business, the Schmidt family looked for ways to give back to the community. In 1985, they founded the U.S. Oil Schmidt Family Foundation in honor of their parents, Albert and Margaret. The foundation has financially supported hundreds of nonprofits over the years and continues to support organizations in the areas the company does business. In 1986, Bill Schmidt founded the U.S. Venture Open, an annual golf outing that brings together hundreds of partners, golfers, and volunteers to raise money for basic needs. Since its inception, the Open has raised more than $33 million to fight poverty. While the brothers often debated business deals and decisions, philanthropic investments were never a question. Art, Ray, and Bill served on the U.S. Venture Schmidt Family Foundation board throughout the years and still provide input and direction on grant making. Bill remained active on the board until his passing in February 2017. In recognition of their entrepreneurial experience, strategic foresight, business intelligence, and passion for philanthropy, we honor Art, Ray, and Bill Schmidt and induct them into the Wisconsin Business Hall of Fame.